So I guess there was an incident Tuesday night, and so he stubbed his toe. Not sure exactly how. So we're getting some x-rays taken, and as I hear, it's day-to-day right now. So that's where we're at right now.
Stubbed his toe like in a game?
No, I think it was kind of, I really don't know. I mean, I think it was at home, and it's probably, a dresser, nightstand, something like that. So it's just kind of an accident. I mean, I think that Mookie will be able to give more context, but that's kind of from the training stuff that I heard. So hopefully it's benign, it's negative. I'm not sure, but I do know. I feel confident saying it's day-to-day, and it's kind of per his tolerance, but putting on a shoe today was difficult for him, and so, yeah.
Was he originally supposed to be in the lineup?
It's his left index toe, or left toe. I'm not sure which digit it is.
If it happened Tuesday, did he play through it Wednesday?
No, it was Tuesday. I'm sorry, it might have been Wednesday night. I'm sorry, Wednesday. I'm sorry about that, yeah.
Was he originally going to be in the lineup today?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Dave, do you wonder when it's going to stop? I mean, you've been dealing with stuff for a long time.
Yeah, it just keeps coming. It's Murphy's Law. But yeah, this is a weird one.
Kind of like Friday in the shower.
Yeah, there you go. That's right. I forgot about that. Thanks, Beth.
I mean, what is the concern level with it right now?
You know what? It's right now not overly concerned, but obviously it's enough pain that he can't be in the lineup tonight. But he'll be in there as soon as he possibly can.
Is he available or no?
Excuse me?
Is he available or?
Yeah, he's available in a big spot to hit. Tell Aaron that.
Skipper, we know you always like to remain calm throughout the course of the ups and downs in the course of the season. But what about this right now? How does this affect you and the rest of your teammates?
It doesn't. Obviously, we're a better ball club than we can line up. I don't see it being long term, but I feel good about us winning a ball game tonight. So, he's going to do what he can to get back in this lineup, and we're going to focus on winning tonight.
Doctor, you've seen Freed so many times in key situations, playoffs, whatever. Well, what's your take on him now? You should know him so well.
Great competitor, very, very good athlete. Last few years incorporated a two-seamer, more to lefties. It's good velocity, it's a breaking ball, it's a good changeup. There's a crossfire. Just a really, really top-end pitcher. Local kid, spent some time with them, and like I said, just a great competitor and loves the moment.
Do you think you have any advantage because you have so much experience against him?
Probably not. He's going to have to make some mistakes, and we're going to have to take good at bats and hopefully capitalize.
Is there any update on Evan Phillips?
Yeah. So Evan tried to play catch a couple days ago when we were on the road, and didn't go well. So he's going to get Tommy John surgery on the 4th. So unfortunately, that's going to be season ending, and that's kind of where we're at with Evan. But obviously, very disappointing.
How surprising was that kind of outcome, given the optimism you guys had about it when he first got hurt?
It's surprising. More disappointed for Evan, but he just wasn't responding to the rest, and then tried to ramp back up, and so ultimately, that was kind of the advice and the decision that the route he decided to go.
Was the idea of surgery on the table before he had tried to play catch?
Yeah, it was. It was probably call it a couple weeks ago. And then just kind of figuring that you just kind of try to not play catch, let it subside, and ramp back up and see where we're at.
I know you guys have a bunch of guys down right now, and you guys are still winning enough games to be in first place in the division, but it seems like you guys haven't won many series against kind of like the top teams. Is that of any concern to you right now, or do you just kind of view this as like you know, we just gotta get the wins where we can, and, you know, whatever, like, does a weekend like this matter, maybe taking a 6 seconds?
I don't think it matters. For us, I don't think it matters who we beat. We'll try to beat them all. I think if you look at baseball, it's probably as much parity as there has been in quite some years. There's a couple outliers in teams, but so they're all sort of tough. And we know that we have a good ball club, and I don't think that, you know, us not winning series against X amount of teams with winning records kind of is an indictment on our ball club. So I don't think we're thinking too much about that. We're just trying to win as many games as we can.
Skipper, I know we all know, excuse me, you like to remain even keel no matter what. But what's the inside of your meter go up and down when it's the Yankees?
I would say the meter is more of the excitement, adrenaline meter kind of ticks up a couple notches. I think probably because I'm a baseball fan first, and I know how excited people are to see this matchup. So I think that's probably, you know, when you see a bunch of superstars on the field, that's exciting. I love watching great players. But it is still another ball game. It still counts the same. But yeah, when you're playing a great team, a great franchise, it should kind of ramp up a little bit.
Dave, we're getting closer to Ohtani probably coming back to do some pitching. Can you tell us how you sense his excitement is? How much does he want to pitch in your mind?
I think he really wants to pitch. I'm certain he does. I think last week was a good step in the right direction. He'll throw another one possibly tomorrow or Sunday, but I'm thinking it's tomorrow. So I think that we're continuing to move forward, and I think he's starting to kind of see it kind of manifest or play out. So I think he's getting more excited.
And can you tell us, when you have someone who's so valuable, I mean, look what he did last year, what he did this year, are you maybe a little more careful about making sure he doesn't come back too soon? Would you rather wait a little too long than to have him come back too soon?
Yeah, and I think we've done that. I think if you look at the Tommy John, the timeline for recovery, I think that, you know, in another case, they'd probably be a little bit further along, and I think for us, we were, you know, consciously being very methodical about this ramp up.
And what are you looking for when you see him pitch right now? When you look at him pitch, what are like some, you know, key markers that you're looking for?
I think for me right now, personally, I'm just looking for how he comes out of it. I'm really not too concerned of the command. I think he showed the velocity his last time, and I think that facing hitters the next following days, making sure that there's no regression of anything, I think is something that I'm more mindful of. And then as you start getting more ramped up, then you start fine-tuning the command and the pitches and all that stuff. But I think right now, just kind of getting the building blocks and making sure that those are kind of solidified, and that's more for me on recovery is the tell.
And can I ask you one more question? Would you expect in his first start, I'm not asking you when that's going to be, but would you expect in his first start to have a certain number of limited pitch number for him?
Absolutely. There will be a pitch number. I don't know what that is right now, but certainly we're not going to just kind of let him go as long as he can. So, but again, that's very, you know, wide-ranging. Yeah.
Are Snell and Sasaki close to getting off the mound?
They both had good weeks while we were gone. I would say Snell's closer than Roki, and I don't know when that's going to be, but they're both in a good spot right now.
Okay, what about Tyler Glasnow?
Tyler is, I think he had a decent week as well. I'm not sure when he's going to throw his next pen. I don't know that yet.
Dave, what's the plan for Alexis Diaz? He obviously is just 2 years removed from being an all-star. What are the expectations, and when will you have him in your bullpen?
So we're excited to acquire Alexis. He should be in Arizona right now at our facility, and there's some things that we feel that we want to kind of get familiar with him, get our minor league staff to put some eyes on him, work on some delivery, some mechanic things, and get some things cleaned up, and then he'll join us. So I don't know the timeline. I think that's really contingent on kind of how soon he takes to kind of some of the things that we see and kind of how that goes. But I wouldn't expect it to be too long before he joins us.
How important is it or pivotal considering where your bullpen's at right now that he kind of gets close to where he was?
It would be very impactful. This is a former All-Star who is a neutral guy who's closed games. So to be able to get a guy like that would be hugely impactful. But the main thing is we got to get him back to being the player that we've seen in the past, and you know, so he's just not there right now.
Are you surprised?
Last one,
you
guys.
Were you surprised you guys were able to get him only 2 years removed from an All-Star season and being, you know, a pretty established closer?
No, it was a good get, and you know, obviously the deal going away. I mean, obviously the Reds are excited about. We're excited about getting this player and potentially, you know, getting him kind of dialed in, and hopefully, you know, expect him to help us.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys.